Hey everybody, Queen Crazy here, Wrestling Rant 6, and it's only 1 week, yes, 1 week, until the Royal Rumble hits our screens. I'm excited, and I'm really looking forward to this one this year, because unlike every other year, I have absolutely no idea who this one. Simple as it is. And I'm just really excited. There's only one problem. This is a re-record of Wrestling Rant 6. It did because YouTube were douchebags and effectively got rid of my video after I'd recorded it. Luckily for me, I got the notes that I was looking for that I completely forgot when recording the original. So therefore that's right, you, who are watching this video, are getting everything. Nothing is forgotten. The thing I needed to know, I wrote down, and it's on my computer screen, ready for use. Now, there's this one problem that came up this past week. If many of you wrestling fans hadn't noticed, that Vince McMahon has decided to make this Royal Rumble contain 40. Now, I was going to do a reaction vid the minute I found out. But I then realised, why the hell? I'm doing a video on the Rumble a week before it happens, so why the hell can't I do it? Makes a lot of sense, right? Well, the thing is, Vince McMahon thought, egotistical conscience, that this Royal Rumble event had nothing in momentum to drive it along. And I found that ridiculously annoying, because the Rumble always drives its success and its popularity and its sales in general from this one match. Because this one Royal Rumble match is probably the only reason people would buy the pay-per-view in the first place. You will only spend $14.95 or however much you spend if you're in an overseas territory buying this pay-per-view. You will only buy it for that one match. You couldn't give two shits about the championship matches or any of the undercard unless it really interested you. Because Edge Dolph Ziggler does not speak out to me right now. Neither, and I mean this, neither does Miz versus Randy Orton, because we've all seen it a few times already. And I'm finding it fucking annoying that I have to watch the same matches over and over again. Which is why the Rumble is so good. The Rumble is so good because you do not know this year who is going to walk out going to WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta, Georgia in the Georgia Dome. And that is something great. Because if you have no idea, it makes the whole thing a lot better. But the one thing that got us all, apart from that annoyance that man said was his reason, why put the Rumble to 40? It's a tradition of having it at 30. Sure, it'll be historic to have a bit 30, sorry, I don't know if I said 30 or 40, yeah. And it'll have 40 people in it. This will water down them by putting so many new stars in, getting FCW guys in, maybe guys from Tough Enough, maybe some outside people. But apparently this is just to probably make their current roster look strong. Basically, the big guys like the John Cena's, the Triple H's, and the Randy Ortons, or people like that and that stature, are going to be likely to win this. They're going to be stuck in there for absolutely ages. At this event, this pay-per-view event, this one match could take at least 2 hours to complete. Because if it takes around an hour-ish to get through 30 men in the time frame the Rumble is normally in, it'll take 2 hours, which will technically make, in my opinion, this match will go on for longer than it should, but also the newer, younger guys will come into the ring, will be immediately thrown out, and the bigger, more well-known and well-established guys will just fight it out all over the place. That would be fucking annoying, because I know WWE hasn't got a big roster right now. In fact, Mark Madden said that because they're allowing the big guys to be more established in the ring, it'll show how little of a talent roster it actually has. And he said that they were even stretched to get 30 people to the Rumble around January time. And it shows wondering how they're going to get 40 people in the ring, because their roster has about about 9 established main eventers, and then about 10, 15, 20, 10, 15 mid-carders, and a shitload of jobbers who probably be stuck in. Then where are you going to find the rest? Booker T? No. Kevin Nash? No. Sting? No. Where were they going to find these guys? And the fact is, back in 2007, even last year, for fuck's sake, they had a huge amount of talent. that they could have put in a 40-man Rumble. They're now so slim on bankable talent. This match looks likely to bomb. It looks likely to bomb because where are you going to? If they're going, are they going to put Tatanka back in this? Are they going to fish people from Ring of Honor? They're not going to. Where are they going to find 40 people to stick in the Rumble? Patterson and Briscoe? I thought they got fired or left by now. You see my point? There is a problem here. This idea of sticking 40 people in the Rumble is absurd. Not to mention, not because it just gets rid of tradition, but also there's no logistical reason. People are, like I said earlier, people are going to buy this event anyway. But it's just ridiculous that all that's going to happen is these guys are going to go in for 5 to 10 seconds, get thrown out, and then the big guys are just going to fight it out until we have a winner. That's what I believe will happen. Although, that may not happen. I may enjoy this match a lot because it is, of course, the Rumble and its unpredictable nature, who's going to get eliminated when. And therefore, anything will happen. So I could see some guy like Zack Ryder eliminate 5 or 6 people and think, I've got a chance, he's got a chance here. And then get whipped into place by Big Show, Kane, or Tyler X, or something like that, and get thrown straight out. Easy. They could do that and establish someone's power and authority. That would be okay. I might enjoy this if my perception of it isn't as clouded as it is now. And therefore, yeah, it just doesn't work. It could. If Vince and the guys in the back book this right, it could work. I'm not saying it will. But they haven't got a good history of booking anything right recently, so don't even bank that forward. But one thing I will say, there is no way in hell you can predict this Rumble. Because in years gone by, we've seen big guys come back from injury to win the Rumble, and it's pissed us off, especially me, greatly when you already can predict it. You've seen minnows come from nowhere. You've seen people who you believe will not win end up winning it. And you've seen big guys just go on and win it to bolster their resume. You've seen it all over time. And I mean, the last time we were superficially shocked by a winner, well, in the case of me being utterly shocked, was Batista. 2005's Rumble. It came as a little bit of a botch because both Cena and him were eliminated at the same time, etc. But he was the last true shock because no one expected him to win. Well, I didn't, that's for sure, even though he kept saying he's going to win the Rumble. But Rey Mysterio we thought would win because of the Eddie Guerrero tie-in, so if that never happened, he would never have actually managed to win the damn thing. Brock Lesnar was on a singles push to the moon already. Sheamus may get the same treatment, even though he won King of the Ring already. And Benoit won it because he damn well fucking deserved it, no matter how many people will say now, a couple of years after that horrendous incident, that he doesn't. And you look at this, and I think of the people who could win this Rumble. I haven't fully decided yet. I'm just looking at the options and thinking who could. There are a few that obviously spring to mind. Alberto Del Rio is probably the most likely outside the world champions sector. Because this guy's never won a world title. He came close at TLC. And he's been pushed to the moon as a heel talent because he's a damn good heel who can piss off just about everybody. And that's a great thing to have. He's got great in-ring ability, his mic work is fantastic, and he has a fucking awesome entrance. So therefore, you're pushing a guy, have him win the Rumble. Makes a bit of sense. Have him main event his first ever WrestleMania. I've never thought I'd said that before. But main eventing his first ever WrestleMania. That's unbelievable. But that would work. I'd be happy to see Del Rio take on Edge, because they've had a bit of a feud. I'd like to see him face The Miz. That would be nice. But it could not. I don't feel he's ready yet, but the WWE seem to feel he is. So, in this new talent initiative, go ahead. At least it isn't Sheamus. Well, there's also Daniel Bryan, a man who I heavily support because I love technical mat wrestling. And the pops he gets, pretty big for a guy that small who Mr. McMahon personally absolutely despises. Would he ever let a small guy win the Rumble again? Because he only let Mysterio win because of Eddie's death. Would he let Daniel Bryan win? After the year he had, where he was brought into the Nexus, fired, and then rehired. Don't know if it's a work or not, but that's a pretty shitty year for him. And if he can win the US title as well and put on some damn good matches to make that year go out with a bang, that's alright. But Daniel Bryan winning, with that logic, I don't think McMahon would let it happen. Maybe setting up a really good technical match with, say, CM Punk or Jack Swagger, maybe. Put on a really good technical match up at WrestleMania. Reminiscing about Benoit Angle there. Actually, that probably makes more sense when you think about it's nearly 10 years on. Yeah, so Daniel Bryan is up there. Then who else? Who else who has not won a world championship? Ah, John Morrison, of course. Gotta remember John Morrison. He's been doing well. He's managed to beat Sheamus in consecutive matches. He's been getting the biggest fan pops of the night, apart from Cena, in most Raw shows recently. Not to mention, he's won that number one contendership contract for which he obviously spent on The Miz in that really good street fight a few weeks ago. And indefinite, the fans love him. And he needed a push. He needs a push right away. Because he's getting that reaction. He's got good in-ring abilities. But the only problem he has is his mic work is bollocks. To put it forward, his mic work is stale. He hasn't got the confidence to mutter the words he needs without kind of stopping and clearing his throat going, like that. And I don't understand. I think unless he sorts his mic work out, he won't win shit. He won't win anywhere close to a world title in any way or form, let alone headline a WrestleMania or push a match for 3 months. That I do not see happening. But he could win, and that's the one thing I will keep in the back of my head. Now here comes the ones that are champions, or well, former champions who could win this. CM Punk is my old borderline win for this one. This is probably the one I would say is more likely. He's gone from being the leader of the Straight Edge Society, a feud with Rey Mysterio, a diabolical feud with Mysterio. In fact, he's the most evil guy on the earth. He's gone from that to being a colour commentator, to being the leader of the Nexus, and the most hated guy to the point where he gets punched in the eye by a fan. Makes sense to me. Get that guy a win. He's already won Money in the Bank twice. He's already become world champion 3 times. He's won the Intercontinental title and the tag team titles. What the hell does he need more than to win a Royal Rumble on his belt? The other two, I'm annoyed to say, are John Cena and Triple H. John Cena's popularity and disdain by people will obviously make him win and have him go to either face Orton or The Miz to get back at this. I don't really give a shit. Cena's already won it. I know he's the big guy, and that Vince McMahon loves giving his big show pony of the time a 2-time Royal Rumble win by their name. I don't want that to happen because I don't think John Cena fucking deserves it. He already won it once coming back from an injury, which we never thought he'd come back from, but this is the problem. Don't give it to the big guy, because that's just fucking stupid. The fans would riot if Cena won the Rumble next week. But also, Triple H. Just the fact that he needs to come back and feud with Sheamus. That's all he needs to do. Feud with Sheamus, induct Triple H. No, not Triple H. Induct Shawn Michaels into the Hall of Fame. That's it. That's all he needs to do. He doesn't need a world title to carry himself. He's already a big enough name and a legend as it is. He's already in the back of the WWE, organising talent stuff overseas when Vince McMahon can't make it. He's already going to run the company when Vince finally steps down or dies. He's already got a legendary acumen to his name. And the fact he's already won a Royal Rumble coming back from injury, just like Cena has done, makes him void. I don't want him to win because that would be fucking stupid. I don't even want to see a Undertaker Triple H match that they're apparently considering, because I've already seen that 10 fucking years ago at WrestleMania X7, the best wrestling event ever. I don't want to see a rehash of that when both of them can't pull it off again. Woo! That was a good way to let off steam, folks. And they are my potential winners. I will outline my proper winner on Saturday when I do my predictions. Because my predictions vid, remember, Saturday, because I'm doing a opinions vid on the Monday after the Rumble, which will be fun. And if you like, and that's my rant, everybody. I'm just giving you the heads up. If you like anything you've seen or heard from me, click the subscribe button up there somewhere. If you want to comment on anything, please put a comment there. If you also like what you've heard, click the like button. If you want to ask me a wrestling question as well, please go to my page and there's a wrestling question moderator. I'd be happy to answer in a video in the future. Guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you on Saturday for my predictions. Ta-da!